The sun in the treetops beside Trenier Fall had banished the ghosts of that night in the hall. Its twinkling caress touched the little girl's face, and she welcomed the warmth of its gentle embrace. Ha! You missed! It takes practice. I need to practice, and I need to be good in case the Grolix comes back. In the sunshine that day, it was easy to say that the fear of the Grolix had gone, but deep down inside, he couldn't quite hide his reluctance to play his new song. And as he watched her attack the giant rock stag, he hoped her incredible aim was not overrated and make her frustrated if the Grolix came back once again. Here, you have a go. Ha! You're better when you're aiming at grub. Yay! Go on, play us a tune. I think we're safe up here. One thing I need to know. How come you're a shifty? Well, it's a long story.
Many moons ago, when a cloud of biting snow had blanketed my homeland in the valley, driving all the shifty folk inside. My parents loved me so, but still I had to go to find somewhere I didn't have to hide. As a shifty I was pitied and rejected. They thought that I was ugly and a freak. People used to stand and stare at the face and flowing hair that made me weird and horribly unique. That night I chose to run and leave the valley, to melt into the fields of somber grey, and through Hobgoblin Gate, far away from all the hate, I struggled on towards the light of day. And so I journeyed on through field and forest, as yearning drove me onwards to the light. And behaving like a fool, I began a losing duel up against the force of nature at its height. But then, just as all hope was disappearing, an isolated house came into view. I staggered through the door, fell down upon the floor, and saw the gentle face of Kate Rostew. Welcomed to their home, taken as their own, Rostew was my name, joy replaced all pain. I now became the darling of the humans. They saw me as a cool, attractive gal. This shallowness I see is detestable to me, and that's why you're my one and only pal.
Well, if it isn't the little lovebirds. Run! Ow! So, you've stolen the flute, eh? Give it to me. Help him! Help him! None of us can swim!
Gerald! Gerald? Ma'am, I just saved this boy and liar. I saw everything. Get home, the lot of you. I'll deal with you later. You're the boy from Old Meadow Farm, aren't you? You saved my boy. How can I thank you? He wants to join the band, but he can't afford it. Oh, he does he? Well, we'll have to see what can be done. Come on, perhaps you'd be kind enough to walk me home.
That night, Spike's mother made a special trip to the folks at Old Meadow Farm. She extracted a note with her fingertips from the handbag under her arm. And then, as his mum and dad scratched their heads, she presented it to the lad. He looked at the script, knew he wasn't equipped, and handed it over to Dad. His father scanned the letter, then gave it to his wife. And as she read, she shook her head, then dropped the butter knife. The sound of pride was amplified as she spoke the words she read. Her dark brown eyes grew very wide, and this is what she said. To whosoever it concerns, I hereby do decree that the holder of this numbered card has been assessed by me. And I declare and make aware throughout the Cornish land that Master J. Penhaligon has joined Trevarick Band. The boy was staring into space until Mum's speech was done. He stretched his neck for one last check, then looked at everyone. He let out a sigh as a name caught his eye. It was there for all to see. Printed in blue with a signature too was the name Margaret Pelly-Dooley. So Mrs. Llewellyn said her goodbyes and left by the garden gate. The back door was locked and Mum remained shocked as she came to congratulate. She gave her boy a big bear hug, then questioned his look of dismay. He said he'd be glad if only he had a battered old flute to play. You simple fools haven't the slightest clue just how sick and tired I am. Nobody knows or bothers about my chills. I'm so fed up, no ale to sup. Miserable and frozen and gloomy, I'm down here decomposing in the dumps. I'm feeling like a drowning rat,
I'm so cold my goosebumps have got bumps. We have been plodding on, battered by the icy rain up the creek. What a week of being sick. Me head feels thick, miserable, frozen and gloomy. I'm down here decomposing in the dumps. Freezing rain is pouring down, and I'm so cold me goosebumps have got bumps. Jory fell, what a twit, made a piggy's ear of it. Such a mess, I confess it isn't fair. I do declare, if he had a brain I'd be home now, not out here in this dreary frozen field. I'd be warm and cosy there, instead of having boggy soggy. Underwear, I declare. That's not fair. I just wish it wasn't so cold.
Here, grab my goat.
He means grab his coat, the idiot.
I know what he meant, and he's not an idiot. Thank you, Spooner. That's very kind of you.
I wonder where the wind comes from.
Oh, give me a break.
Probably breezel. Or maybe blowland. Or windier. What do you think, Morwenna?
I often wonder why the wind skims across the sky, and why it seems to push around the weather, blowing all the leaves to kingdom come. When hiding from the snow, with nowhere else to go, I wonder where the chilly wind comes from. Can there be some dark and craggy distant shoreline, where eagles soar and shriek their fearsome song, in a raging frozen sea, where the tempests come to be, and where the mighty northern wind comes from? Is there a foreign land beyond the ocean, beneath the clouds that haunt those leaden skies? And do the seabirds sing as they glide on slender wing, the song that fills the west wind when it sighs? Is there perhaps a deep forgotten treasure, a temple where an ancient mystic priest consecrates the morning air with a warm enchanted prayer, to bless the wind that blows in from the east? Perhaps across the wide Antarctic Ocean, a chasm like a yawning, shrieking mouth sends Mother Nature's cry away into the sky, to greet the wind emerging from the south. Always wonder how, always wonder why, always wonder when. Look up at the sky. Remember that you're standing on a planet, one minim of the universal song. Galactic tempests fly through the blackness of the sky, and that's where every single wind comes from.
Do you have problems with reading, like me? What's reading?
You know, words on a page, in a book. I get them all mixed up because I can't see them properly. They always seem to be moving around. Nah, I only speaks mixed up. We don't have nothing like they book things in Shifty Land. Do you know why you do it?
Certainly, 'cause I like it. It's fun. You should try it. Some people drink their tea with biscuits, that's me, that is. Some will only sip their brew with cake, them's the posh ones. Others want to change but never risk it, carry scats, finding variation hard to take. So, like the foolish hatter in the palace, Grub believes he's smart and full of grace. Like the Queen of Hearts was rude to Alice, he likes to disrespect me to me face. He never sees me jumbled words as witty. He's discombobulated all the time, and I think that it's such an awful pity that Grub thinks having fun is such a crime. Oh, I know it's fantastic to be different. I know it makes you so insanely free. I know if you have the strength and courage that you can have a lot of fun with me. Some folks try to build a world of kindness. Others only want to fuss and fight. I only see intolerance as blindness, and rainbows as the pinnacle of light. And I know it's fantastic to be different. I know it makes you so insanely free. I know if you have the strength and courage that you can have a lot of fun with me. I feeds lettuce to me runny babbits. I like Volton Cigar with me fries. When full of energy, I'm mean as custard. Dishonesty is just a lack of pies. So when somebody tries to disrespect you, when they say that difference isn't right, when their hatred threatens to affect you, remember that they're acting out of spite. Hate always hurts and undermines you when those stupid people criticise. Remember, they should take you as they find you, because your friendship's such a special prize. Upshut, tis, shush!
Thanks, Spooner.
What for?
Just for being you.
And for helping me to try and find the flute.
Well, the flute's important to us shifties. It's heart of our history.
Here you lot, come and have a look at this. What Grub had discovered was very strange, and no one could deny it. He rubbed his hands upon the rocks and encouraged the others to try it. The surface was scratched with the deepest of grooves, made by a powerful claw. When Jory stepped forward, he knew straight away the cause of the marks that he saw. The Grolix. I know I'm gonna regret this. Who could guess what lay inside that gaping awful door? It swallowed up the faithful friends like a hungry dinosaur. Who could foresee the ghastliness? Who could foretell the dangers? What fearsome creature lay in wait to snatch unwary strangers? Look, it's holding the flute. What a sight the friends beheld as into the dark they gazed. The creature they saw filled them with awe. They were frightened and pretty amazed. As the monster held the golden flute, it seemed like the end of their quest. The courage to nab it, to reach out and grab it, was more than they thought they possessed. Got it!
Oh, give me my flute! Right, now listen up. I had a feeling you were stealing my flute, and I'm betting you were getting the loot. But I'm savvy of a chavvy like you, and your nasty little plundering crew. It's my flute and it was given to me, where the river bends and ends in the sea. It was blowing and a-flowing that day, threw it to me and it blew me away.
Stop complaining, I don't give a hoot. Hark to your explaining how you found my flute. When today I heard it play, calling out to me, I just had to see.
Yeah, finders keepers is the proverb they say. People use it and abuse it today. Finders keepers is the law of the land, and I'm swearing it was there in my hand.
Stop the squawking or I'm walking away. Start explaining about the wailing that day. Why you terrified the folk in the glen. You attacking, then go back in your den.
When I'm lost and lonely, I just need to see all the little children dancing happily. Every day I sang a song like a lullaby. Then I heard them cry. When I hear the cries, I have to confess, I don't recognise the pain and distress. Now I'm hearing about the fearing and fright I was bringing with my singing that night. Now I understand the river that day. When you lost it, water tossed it my way. What you're selling me is tellingly true. Though I'm longing, it's belonging to you.
Guilt and sadness fill your heart with pain. Then misunderstanding brings them on again. Friends can be the bridge between other folk and you. No demanding trust and understanding, that's what we should do. Friends will never sing melancholy song to you. So before the darkened core comes screaming round the bend, here's your gift, my friend. Come along, sing a song and believe. You can fly if you try to succeed.
Come on, friend. Let's go home.
He rubbed at his eyes as he felt deep inside an awful nagging pain. Though he held back a tear, it was really so clear he'd squandered his luck once again. The Grolix then offered to give back the flute, but the boy shook his head with a sigh. Somebody would steal it. He couldn't reveal it. He just had to bid it goodbye.
Whenever life seems lost and without reason, when everything you do goes very wrong, whenever all your hopes seem crushed and broken, just remember that your road is very long. And your dreams are like mist, though they fade, they exist in your heart and mind. Like the mist in the trees, first they tempt, then they tease, as they drift just out of sight. Keep dreams alive until the shadows pass. Light the candle now. Like the mist in the trees, first they tempt, then they tease, but you know when they show that life is full of hope. You must strive, persevere, though your dreams disappear through the trees of life. And life without light is just out of sight, so don't let longing fade away. Keep dreams alive as the daunting shadows pass, and light the candle now. Like the mist in the trees, first they tempt, then they tease, but you know when they show that life is full of hope. Like the mist in the trees, first they tempt, then they tease, but you know when when they show that life is full of hope.
Here, Grockle. I made you this. It's not a golden flute, but at least you can play it. Wow! Oh, thanks, Grub. It's amazing. That's so kind of you, Mr. Grumpy. Oh, well, just thought it would get the little Grockle off our backs. Come on, you lot. Jory's going to play us a tune on his new flute. Here's some magic dust, Jory. The flute will teach you to play.
So let's get swinging. Mezzo, alto, bass, falsetto, ringing round our ghetto. We play a solo in a huddle, in the snow or in a puddle, dancing, prancing, floating, flying with a sprite so there. Yeah, tap and ballet, bossa nova, we're all dancing in the clover. Waltz and tango, light fandango, salsa, jive and swing. Where pipe and flute and ocarina match with lute and concertina, oboe, mellow, banjo, cello, trumpet, top and tambourine. And if you're thinking I'm a fairy, then you're blinking contrary. You misname us, then you shame us, 'cause we're sprites, so there. Yeah, but if you're in trouble, we'll be there at the double to get things going when they're slowing, stepping on the gas. So we're the smarmy, slightly balmy, dancing, singing, sprightly army. If you need us, don't mislead us, that would be so bad, you know. Now let's get cooking, we're not ducking any task at which we're looking. When we see you, we can free you from the jam you're stuck in. To join the laughter, you just have to come along and see. If you're in doubt, just stand and shout S-P-R-I-T-E, yeah!
So when the day at last arrived, the boy achieved his dream to play his flute in the children's band, a member of the team. He watched his precious friend prepare as she combed her shining hair. He thought how wondrous life could be when shared with someone brave as she. Is it straight? A bit more that way. Back a bit. Still not right. You're messing about. Well, I'm not wearing it. Don't like caps anyway. Your turn. Oh.
The magic's not working.
Now, Jory. It seemed the quickly conjured spell that Saren had invoked to give animation to Grub's flute creation had now been revoked. The boy was shocked and shaken. Disaster raised its head, but Morwenna gently calmed him with the words she said.
You don't need the magic anymore. You just need to be you.
I want you and Morwenna to march at the front of the band. Just behind the drum major, of course.
Where's your cap, Morwenna? Don't know, miss. Must have left it inside the hall. Well, you get lined up. I'll go back and get it.
Looking for Corwenna's map, Miss Smelly Pooley?
Forget about the cap, Morwenna. Let's go, everyone!
The boy had found the priceless gift that those who doubt possess. He had delved inside and discovered his pride through love and fearlessness. When faced with cruel rejection that stems from hate and fear, strength often lies in weakness, ignored by those who sneer. And difference is a blessing, a gift to those who see the vast kaleidoscope of life that brings a guarantee of warmth and love and laughter, of incandescent joy. The lonely past was gone at last for that gifted, happy boy. The scales had fallen from his eyes, and now he could believe that the gifts you share with others are the gifts you will receive.
Bliminick! Not again! Come here, you little...
You're leading us now?
Am I?
Yes, Jory. You are.
To be a part of it all, to join in the fun inside the hall. He grew and he learned and he answered the call. Young Jory Penhaligon's the heart of it all.
When sometimes I was scared and frozen with dread, your comforting voice came into my head. I wanted you so to be part of it all, and now you're at the heart of it all.
Well, the flute and you. Okay, me, the flute and you.
At the heart of it all, at the heart of it all.
The heart of it all is where he should be, amounting to something the whole world can see.
And we can do anything, Morwenna and me.
They're the heart of it all. They're the heart of it all. The heart of it, the start of it, the heart of it all.
And so the story is complete, with swirling flutes and marching feet, as trumpets played and snare drums beat along the cheering, dancing street. The knowing sun bestowed its grace on the young boy's proud and happy face. I feel his joy, I feel it now, though you might ask, I wonder how.
Time for your lecture, Professor Penhaligon.
Well, that's how I remember it, anyway.